What's going on, everybody? It's Trey Neal here, and we're going to be doing another quiz this evening. We are going to be looking at common candlestick patterns. Obviously, you guys do the quiz along with me. Let me know how you do in the comment section down below. But obviously, this is going to be looking at candlestick shapes. It's going to be asking me, I presume, the names of candlestick shapes. Now, I can't promise you I'm going to know all the names. I don't really talk about them, candlestick patterns, by names as much as a lot of other technical traders do. So I might get a lot of these questions wrong as we get into it here. But it will at least create conversation. I still do candlestick analysis, so it'll at least help create conversation around candlesticks. So hit like if you're excited. Hit the red subscribe button if you're new around here, and like I said, let me know how you all do in the comment section down below. There's 20 questions, so it's going to circle a candle. Okay, and it's literally just going to ask what the candle is called. So quickly before we get into it, I'm presuming the colors are, I don't know why they're not green and red. I'm presuming these white candles are green candles, and I'm presuming the black candles are red candles here. So in a green candle, the bottom of this bar is its open, the top of the bar is its closed. Obviously, that's the opposite on red candles. It's red because it's going down, so the open is the top of the bar, the close is the bottom of the bar. And then these wicks off the candles are the low that was printed during this time frame and the high that was printed during this time frame. So the current bar that is circled down here is a green candle that had a large low. So this candle went way down, but pushed back up to green before the bar closed. Now I call this a hammer candle. It looks like a hammer. Here's the handle. Here's the head of the hammer. This is typically seen as a reversal candle, which you're kind of seeing from this example. It's showing that the buyer stepped back in, right? Even though this thing was coming down, the buyer stepped in even at this low and pushed this candle up, pushed this hammer candle up, quite often seen as a reversal indicator. What is the 3-day trend reversal pattern? Bullish outside up, bullish inside down, bullish inside up. I've never heard of these before. I know what this is. I see this 3-bar pattern. I call this a 3-bar play is what I call this. When you have a big red bearish engulfing candle followed by an inside green bar, when it breaks the high of this inside green bar, I call this a 3-bar play. Bullish, I'm going to assume it's bullish inside up because this is inside of this and it's breaking up over it. So I'm going to select this. I just call this the 3-bar play. Like I said, with this quiz, Baby Pips made it. I'm sure whoever made this has their own course and teaches their own things. It doesn't really matter what you call it though. So I might get a lot of these questions wrong because it's not what I call it. But I explained the play in my way. Once again, you get a big red candle followed by an inside green bar. Your play here is buying the break of this inside green bar high, so you're long here for this play. I call it a 3-bar play. I'm going to guess this is bullish inside up just from what it's called. That is correct. Goody. Next one. This is a interesting candle. I think I'm going to call this a hanging man. Once again, I'm not good with the names of the candles, but this is the same sort of thing as the hammer, right? Except it's after an up move and the bar still closed red. So it's like the hammer in that you got, bulls stepped in and bought the low of this candle short, but it's after, it's showing weakness, it's showing how low it could go after a big move up like this. I know a shooting star is when this is opposite, when this wick is at the top, that's a shooting star, and I know a doji is top wick and bottom wick with a very inside flat bar, so I'm going to assume this is called a hanging man. It is. Quite often, I think this is presumed to be another indicator of reversal. I assume we're going to get to see dojis and shooting stars in this quiz as well, so I will cover those more when we get to them. But, hey, immediately, this is a shooting star. So, as I was trying to explain, you can now see in a picture, this is a lot like the last one, except that the wick is way to the upside. Now, I consider shooting stars reversal candles. I've never really thought about that hanging man that was in the last question before, but I would assume it was seen as a reversal indicator. And this one definitely is, for the same reason that the hammer was, right? Bulls were really buying this up here, but could not keep buying it. Bulls lost pressure, bears stepped in, sellers stepped in, created a large topping wick after a big bull move, showing you guys that the sellers are stepping in. Maybe the buyers are getting exhausted, running out of gas. bearish reversal candle shooting star. Next, we're on question 5. We've gotten 4 out of 4 correct so far. And this just looks like an inverted hammer. A lot like that hanging man that we just had. That was to the other direction. I assume they're calling this one an inverted hammer. Quite obviously, it's the hammer candle from the first question, except the wick is to the upside instead of the downside. Call that an inverted hammer and roll on. What is this two-day trend reversal pattern? Cool. So this is a engulfing candle. What an engulfing candle means is that the entire bar, so not the wicks, but the bar itself, so the open and close of this candle, both the open and the close are outside of the open and the close of the previous candle. That's considered an engulfing candle. And this is a bullish engulfing candle because, once again, I don't know why they're black and white in these pictures, but I am presuming, or actually I do know now, that this is a green bar, this is a red bar. So bullish engulfing is when you get that big green, obviously bull upside engulfing candle after a red one. So we'll send that. And ooh, this is an interesting one. What is this two-day trend reversal pattern? I don't actually know what a marubozu or haramis are. Once again, I'm not huge into the names of these things. I don't think this is bearish engulfing because, like I just explained, engulfing is when you take over the bar before. This is the opposite, where the bar before takes over this bar. I don't think that would be considered engulfing, although it kind of is, but I always think of engulfing being the candle to the right. So I'm not going to pick that one. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to have to guess here. I don't really know the names, and I'm not going to lie to you, just from my own technical analysis, I wouldn't really use this as any sort of indication. This is just an inside bar to me. I would look at this, and if I saw something like this on a chart, I would say, okay, it got an inside bar. It's kind of like that 3-bar pattern that I was talking about earlier, where you get well, you want, the thing is it's not really, because you want this first bar to be green and then an inside for the 3-bar play, but I'm going to guess this one here is a bullish harami, apparently. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just one I just straight up don't know. Maybe we'll have to Google that. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it because I don't know what it is. But we got one wrong. Let me know if you got that right. Once again, in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys are answering these questions yourself as well. Okay. What is this 2-day trend continuation pattern? It's not an engulfing candle because it's not taking over this entire bar. It's not a doji. I don't know what a bullish thrusting line is, but I'm quite confident that it's neither one of these two. I don't do 2-day trend continuation. Other than engulfing candles, I don't really do 2-day pattern plays like this. I'm usually waiting for the 3rd day for my confirmation. So this is all kind of new to me too, but pretty sure it's not engulfing, pretty sure it's not a doji, so I'm going to guess whatever this bullish thrusting line is, and that is correct. If you have more information about these 2-day trend continuation things, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, we get another one, cool. Once again, I guess it's not the bullish thrusting, because, so the one previous, the bull bar was inside of the red bar. I guess that's what they were calling the bullish thrusting, and I guess this is going to be bullish separating because it's not inside the red bar at all. I know it's not an engulfing candle. Once again, we've explained that over and over, but I'm going to go separating here. That is correct. Kind of using, even though I don't really know 2-day patterns, I'm still able to get most of those right just by process of elimination. But what is this 3-day trend reversal pattern? Bearish inverted hammer, bullish upside Tsuki gap. Okay, yeah, what? Bullish outside up. Okay, I think this is going to be the bullish outside up, kind of like the inside up we had earlier, where you had a large red bar followed by an inside green bar that I called my 3-bar play. I'm going to assume that this is the outside up, meaning the second bar is outside of this red bar and still pushing higher. So let's go ahead and guess that. Got that one correct as well. We're halfway through the quiz. We've got 9 right and 1 wrong. Not too bad, considering I don't know the names of a lot of these things. Luckily, I'm able to use process of elimination to get myself there. But bullish 3-day trend continuation pattern. This looks like gap close reversal to me. Oh, there it is. Bullish upside gap filled. So I do know this one. I actually trade this one a lot. Gap closes is my favorite swing trade setup, actually. So you got a gap, meaning, so Trey, why is there a gap in this chart? Why are they not connected? Because something happened after hours, right? Stocks move after hours too, until 8 p.m. and they also open at 4 a.m. The markets, I'm talking Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Markets are open from 9:30 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, but they open at 4 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. So you can get moves after hours as well. So if some kind of news comes out or something, drives the price up, and it opens way higher than it closed the day before, that's a gap. And now you have closed that gap, meaning obviously the next bar came down and filled in where the price difference was. That is a bullish upside gap filled to me. Oh, bullish upside Tsuki gap. Okay, excuse me. It's still a bullish gap close. I don't know what Tsuki gap means. This is a little bit more fun technical names, but it's still helpful for the video because I explained, this is a setup that I like. Call it whatever the hell you want. But this bullish gap close reversal, I call it gap close reversal, it is a setup that I like a lot. So we did get that question wrong, even though I don't know. What is this bullish 3-day continuation pattern? Okay. Is this the upside gap filled? Was the Tsuki gap because it only touched the wick? That might be what a Tsuki gap is if I had to guess, because the other one didn't actually come down inside the bar. It was just touching the wick, so I'm going to assume that's what that was. I'm going to guess this again. Okay, this time it was the bullish upside gap filled. Same thing. When I'm taking this trade, I'm happy if it touches the wick. That's where I'm looking to buy. So that Tsuki gap, whatever the hell they called it, is where I'm looking to buy. And my stop loss is the low of the gap candle. So my stop loss is down here on this trade. Once again, call it what you want. I got the question wrong on the quiz, but still able to help walk through it, start that conversation, whether you get the question right or wrong. Anyway, a lot of you guys might be doing better than me right now going through this quiz. What is this bearish 3-day trend reversal pattern? So this is going to be a bearish inside down. It's the 3-bar play. It's the same 3-bar play we talked about earlier, where if you get a big red bar followed by an inside green bar, you're looking to play over the top of that green bar, right? This is the same thing. You get a big green bar, inside red bar, you're looking to short at the bottom of this red bar when that breaks. So this is a bearish inside down, inside this to the downside. Correct, go! What is this bearish 3-day trend reversal pattern? This is a bearish outside down for the same reasons as before, except the second candle is outside of the first candle. I don't use this one. I don't know this strategy. I wouldn't play this strategy. I wouldn't consider it my 3-bar play if it was outside of the previous candle. Like, this is a bearish engulfing candle, right? That's what this is. We've been talking about that. I wouldn't necessarily look to play this, but once again, through process of elimination, I'm learning what this quiz is calling them. Okay, this has got to be that Tsuki gap, right? Because last time we looked at this, we got it wrong. I'm going to assume that, once again, this is me assuming this Tsuki gap means it's just touching the wick. You see how the wick just touches this wick instead of actually getting inside the previous price. So let's go ahead and select that. It is correct. I'm going to guess that this is, yep. So we're starting to get pattern recognition inside the quiz, starting to get the same questions, just the other direction. This is now your bearish downside gap fill. But same discussion as I had before, right? Some kind of after hours news comes out that pushes a stock down. When it comes up and closes that gap, once again, this is my favorite swing trade strategy. You look to short here at gap close, stop losses over this. You're looking for the news that pushed the stock down. You then get to short it at the same price it was before that news. You're looking for it to roll back over here, right? So this one is this one. We are 14 correct, 2 wrong. This is double dojis. Don't look like dojis. We haven't actually seen a doji yet. Hopefully we do. Oh, here, right here. This is a doji candle. It's not the one selected, but just so you guys know, because they keep coming up. This is a doji candle where you get a top and a bottom wick and a really, really small, kind of thin actual bar from where the price opens and closes. So there's a doji. Tweezer tops, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to assume that's what this is because I know it's not a bearish engulfing candle either, right? This candle is not engulfing the bar of this previous candle. Never heard of tweezer tops before. I would call this a micro double top. But once again, call it whatever the hell you want. This is one of those things where it's like, everybody has different names for these things. Sometimes at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you call it as long as you understand what it is. I would just call this a double top. But sure, tweezer tops. Yep, that is correct. This looks like the same thing, but to the downside. So it looks like tweezer bottoms. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Send it. 2 questions left. 3 white crows, 3 white soldiers, 3 white dudes. This is literally just a syntax question. So this is a V bottom. I call this V bottom recovery when a stock comes straight down and straight back up. To me, V bottom. What Baby Pips calls it, I don't know. I kind of think I have heard 3 white soldiers before, so I'm gonna send it. That is correct. Okay, that's just, once again, I call it V bottom. He calls it 3 white soldiers. It's a reversal indication, right? That obviously whatever caused this to come down, that the stock market immediately ripped it back up. So that's a good sign of strength. Call it what you want. Starting to become a syntax quiz a little bit, but on the last question here, hopefully, even though some of the syntax stuff I might not know, or we might have different interpretations, whatever, hopefully seeing this and talking through some of this stuff is still helpful. So 3 black crows or 3 black soldiers. The upside were the soldiers, so I'm going to assume downside is crows, right? I don't know, but it's the same thing, right? This is just a reversal indicator. When you get hard reversion after this move, it's breaking down levels, right? Like you have a previous, if I was looking at this, I would say, okay, you're an uptrend. You made a nice higher low here. You just made a higher high. So that is uptrend. But when you get this formation, you just broke this previous low. So this is trend reversal, right? Is what I would consider this pattern. What it's called, I'm not 100% sure. I've never called it 3 black crows before, but there you go. Syntax, there's the right answer. So out of 20, we still got 18 correct, although I didn't know a lot of the syntax. Once again, just able to use context clues and eliminating answers that I did know to get a lot of those questions still correct. So hopefully you got, a lot of you guys might have beat me there. If you knew the syntax a little bit better, a lot of you guys might have beat me. Let me know how you did in the comment section down below again. But once again, taking these quizzes, it's fun, but it's also a great way to kind of create conversation. So hopefully a lot of you guys kind of got to learn some candlestick patterns, learn my interpretation of candlestick patterns, and then maybe we got to learn some different syntax. Both of us got to learn some different syntax together that maybe I don't always use. So hopefully this was entertaining. I think I'm going to keep doing this. I think this is a great way to bring up discussion, right? Like I don't always have video ideas. I don't know exactly what I want to talk about sometimes, especially on the weekends like this. But taking quizzes like this, one, it's interactive. You guys can do it. It's fun to do. See how many I get right. And then 2, we get to open this form of discussion and hopefully help some of you people, help some of you guys learn along the way. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit that red subscribe button. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this video. I will catch you all in the next one.